Heading out to the close reefs to catch a feed of fish is one of my great loves, and variety is the spice of life. In my hometown of Noosa, we have excellent reef fishing within 20 minutes run offshore, and my mate Bruce Nix and I were looking for some table fish for the family. We were using a running sinker 2-dropper rig with whole baby squid for bait on the top dropper, followed by a pilly on a set of 3 gang 4-0s below our sinker, and Tinny Bruce was the first to get a hit. A nice plate-sized snapper played up on the surface like an angry hornet, and when landed proved to be a perfect size for whole baking. Bruce was very pleased he had one good one up on me. The most important thing on an offshore boat is a good quality icebox to look after the catch. Soon I was onto a beauty.
Oh yeah, we got a contender here for the heavyweight title. Fishing 30-pound line, and this has given me plenty.
It was a nice tuna, great for sashimi or other types of raw fish, but we were after reefies, so it was a quick turnaround and spear it back into the water, which is the best way to release them.
Oh yeah, baby! #1 fish coming on board. Pearl Perch, you beauty! Look at that one. Woohoo! Stop dancing.
This is what we came for, the mighty pearl perch, regarded as one of the best eating fish in the world. It wasn't a monster, but it was headed straight for the dinner table. Bruce was mucking around with a bonito on the surface for what seemed like ages before nailing another addition to the fish bin with a good eating size fish. This species has to be 35 centimetres to be legal in Queensland, so a legal fish is a perfect size for the table.
Oh, another pearly. Oh no. I've died and gone to pearl perch heaven. Yo beauty. Oh, these are the best eating fish around. I just love them.
A bonus was this superb eating Maori cod who possessed big white fillets and really put on a turn when coming close to the boat. This was a real quality fish and also destined for the dinner table. A few more pearl perch and a couple of colourful red emperor that we released as they were undersized, and we were ready to call it a day. It was a great 3-hour session. We had a good feed, a heap of fun, and we were so close to home. It was now time to head back and knock these up for the table. When it comes to preparing fish for the table, regulations vary from state to state, so this is for demonstration purposes. When scaling, always wear a glove and have a cutting board that won't move underneath. Always get under the pectoral and anal fins so no scales are left on the fish. A sharp knife is needed for gutting, and always remove the gills from the fish as they can taste a tad bitter. Always wash with seawater only. When filleting, a sharp knife and glove are a must. Run the knife along the dorsal line of the fish down to the tail, slowly removing the flesh as you go. Take it easy and you will find a technique that suits you. The more filleting you do, the more skilled you will become. These are now ready for a very special recipe. Well, we certainly had a great day out on the reef fishing, and everyone loves to catch big fish, but realistically, when it comes to eating fish, small fish like this are absolutely delicious. Now, these little plate-sized pearlies and snapper are ideal to be whole baked, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. First of all, we'll do the pearl perch. I'll just take a little bit of cracked black pepper and grind it on the outside of the skin, and that'll crisp the skin up as well. Give him a good grind there. And we're going to take him over here to our baking tray. And you'll notice I've got some thick cut lemon wedges there. So what we do with that is we actually lay the fish down on top of that, and it stops it from sticking and also adds a lot of flavour. Now I'm going to take some fresh ginger, put some on the outside and some up into the fish cavity, along with some shallots. And we keep it pretty simple for the pearl perch because they're a very flavoursome fish. A few shallots there. I'm going to take a good splash of white wine. You want probably about a cup of white wine. We're using the Gulf Station, the De Bortley Gulf Station Riesling here. Plenty of wine and 2 good knobs of butter. And we'll just put those over the top and they will melt down and you'll get a wonderful flavour, and that will also create a sauce from our fish. Now, let's get our snapper ready. A little baby snapper there. We're going to hit the outside with some Cajun spices. Just give them a good coverage there, and that's a really flavoursome additive. He can go over here again, and into the gut cavity we're going to take some Spanish onions, place a few in there, some semi-dried tomatoes, probably about quarter of a cup of semi-dried tomatoes into the gut cavity there, and some good knobs of garlic, a couple on the outside and a couple up into that gut cavity. Once again, a couple of knobs of butter, and a good splash of wine, round about a cupful. There we have it. Now, if you like, you can put a little bit of salt on the outside. That's entirely up to you. And I like to use a little bit of rock salt. There we go, just to spice it up a little bit. We're going to cover them with foil, and then we basically throw them into the oven at 200 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending on the size of your fish and the heat of your oven. Okay, I think these will be ready. We'll have a look at the snapper first. Be very careful pulling them out of the oven. 2 cloths is the way to go. And also be careful when you're removing the alfoil. There'll be a whole heap of steam coming out of there. You don't want to burn yourself. Let's have a look at the unveiling. Oh, beautiful. Now, something I didn't mention earlier is why I've scored the fish. By scoring it, you can look down along the score lines and see down that fish is cooked right through to the bone. Now, we're going to serve this up, and here's another little tip. I'm just going to get myself into a much better position here. Put that along there like that. Is to use 2 lifters to take the fish out. And that way you shouldn't have any problems of getting him onto the plate in one piece so it presents nicely. Look at that. That is world class. And of course, our beautiful marinade goes over the top. Woo! Absolutely beautiful. Okay, well there's our snapper. Now it's time to pull our pearly out. Let's have a look at the pearl perch. That's hot. Hot, 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 hot. Righto. Let's have a look at one of the best eating fish in the world, whole baked in the oven at home. There he is. Look at that. What a fish. Now let's same deal with this. Get underneath him. And we'll get him out in one piece onto our serving dish. Look at that. Now that's quite a simple recipe, but that's the way to enjoy pearl perch because they don't need many spices to make them good. And there's our sauce over the top. Oh, Phippsy, you've done it again, lad. You've done it again. Now our wine selection with these fish are nice light whites to give a nice crisp flavour and texture on the palate. There's 2 of our favourite reef fish, whole baked in the oven. Just perfect for a dinner party.